Excuse me, guys. Okay, so we're about 4 months into chickens and adults and babies. So I know whenever we originally got our chickens, we had like 1,000 questions and we had to look up a different, like 10 different websites, watch 30 different videos. It was crazy. Excuse me. So my purpose is to make one YouTube channel and page where everybody can, you know, just go to one source and watch all the things that they need to know about chickens. Now, people do things different ways, and that's fine. People use different things, but this is my way, and you can adjust it your way, but this is what's worked for me and my chickens, and, you know, they're all healthy and doing good. So today, this video is going to be strictly about baby chickens and the brooder. And this is my garage. It's a little messy, excuse my garage. But this is my garage, and this is where we have our baby chickies. And this is the brooder that we made for them. And you can see them. They're baby buff Orpingtons. So first of all, you're going to need a heat lamp, or you can use the actual heating box for them, whichever is easiest, but I found this to be really cheap, and it works just as well. I mean, you just have to be really careful about the heat, but this was $9 at a Tractor Supply, and we got these box of bulbs with 2 in it, and I think those were about $5, so $15. Then I got this huge 200 quart tote, and it was $15 at Walmart. And as you can see, it's really, really big. We have some pine shavings here. We got those at the Tractor Supply. And we got the flake. This is the flake. These are the best kind to get. They're good for smell, soaking up pee and poop, and good for them to sleep on. So get the flake, and as you can see, this was just newly opened. We've had the baby chicks for about 4 days. Barely the top is gone, and this was only about $6. Okay, we have, and I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna be all over the place, I apologize. This is my first video, so we have this, which you're going to need, electrolyte with vitamins. You can get that. Those are like 3 for $2. We have a thermometer to check the temp of the brooder. I would suggest getting a different one because this one's a little complicated to deal with. If you can get the electric ones, that would be a lot better. And this is the food that we have. It's Do More 20% starter food. And then we have this here that we're going to use, chicken grit, but we can't use this until they're 2 weeks old. So, okay. And this is their feeder. It comes with this top, but me and my husband found it easier to deal with a bunch of baby chickens just to do it this way until they're a little older. Also, you're going to need a waterer, and make sure it's the no drown waters, not the full size for the adult chickens, because they can drown and they will die. So this is the setup that we have, just like that. We just have this top on here because it's getting cold where we are, so we just want to kind of control a little bit of warmth down there. So you are going to want a warm side and a cool side. So this is the warm side and this is the cool side. You keep their food and their water in the cool side, and then they'll maneuver themselves to however they want it. You typically want your brooder to be 95 degrees for the first week. Our temperature has been between what? 95 and 98, which is fine. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go down 5 degrees each week. So we're at 95 this week. Next week we'll be at 90, the week after 80. Just continue to drop your temp. And remember, the main thing is you want a warm side and a cold side. And that is for when the chickies feel like they're getting too hot, they'll go to the cool side. When they feel like they're getting too cold, they'll come back to the hot side and, you know, get warm back up and take them a nap. And as you can see, they're napping in the corner now, so apparently they got a little warm. You don't want to cook them, but you don't want them too cold either. So we have our pine shavings in the bottom, a very thin layer. That's what, a half an inch? About an inch. About an inch thick of pine shavings. And we have the water and the feeder on the other end. The chicks are in there just playing around. And this is the whole, and we also have the lamp with a good rope tied hanging over the top. You typically want it 18 inches. I would say, judging by how cold it is, 16 to 18 inches above the pine shavings. And that would be a pretty well regulated temp for them. And make sure that they're in a quiet place so they can do a lot of resting because they like to sleep. Keep them out of the weather. They can't be outside yet. They can't be out in the cold. They need to be like here in a garage, in your house, in your workshop, wood shop, shed, whatever. They need to be in a place where they can't get wet or cold, because if they get either one, then they'll die. So this is just, again, our setup. And you can do it your way, but this is our way, and this is what works for us. Just remember, those lights can set a fire, so you want to make sure that they're properly in place.
Check on it periodically.
And I would suggest checking on the temp. Excuse me, checking on the temp and the light and the chicks at least 6 times a day, maybe even more. I'm a worrisome mama, so we check on them more often. But I would definitely suggest the first week keep a very close eye on them, like you would your own baby. So we'll have more videos, but this one's just a quick video of how to and what you need to set up a brooder. So I would say roughly around $50 to get started. Yeah, roughly around $50 to $60 to get started with your baby chicks. All right, so we will see you guys next time.